Well guys, it's Larry R. I'm back. Going to be doing a St. Louis style rib cook today for Memorial Day weekend and Virtual Weber Bulletin Board Smoke Day 2012. Actually, really nice day out here today. It's going to be cool for Central California. High's only going to be around 75, so should be a great day for barbecue. I've got the Komodo Kamado ready to roll, so let's take a look. Those of you who were on my who watched my last video, the standing rib roast, you'll see we didn't use a lot of fuel. This is my very next cook, so all I did was I went ahead and knocked off some of the ash, and I'm just going to use what was left over from the rancher and the lump mix. In fact, when I had the fire grate out, or the coal grate out, I was looking at the bottom, and it looks like the only thing that really burned up during the last cook was the rancher on the bottom. So I knocked off the ash, knocked some out of the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and get the loaf lighter now, fire her up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I actually did a little bit better with my loaf lighter today. Only took about 60 seconds to start seeing some sparks, and then I went ahead and pulled the loaf lighter back a little bit, about 3-4 inches, and just let her blow on the coals. And as you can tell, we've got a nice little start for my my modified minion method here. For those of you who are familiar with the minion method, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close her up. Put my 3/8 stainless Komodo Kamado grate in here. Let her warm up for about an hour. Going to go in and prep the ribs. Doing best ribs in the universe rub today, and I'll be back when I put them on. Okay, I am back. I have the ribs rubbed, and I'm actually really anal about rubbing my ribs, so it takes quite a while. But anyway, ribs are rubbed. I did a modified best ribs of the universe. I like to put a little cardamom, ginger, and cinnamon in. Also, a la Kevin Kruger on the Virtual Weber Bullet site, I like to salt my ribs with kosher salt first before I rub. So I'll dust them with kosher salt, sprinkle kosher salt, and then let them sit 5 minutes, let the moisture get drawn to the surface, and then I'll go ahead and throw the rub on. I also have a couple of points getting ready to go on. They'll go on about 3 hours into the cook. These are points from previous brisket cooks, coffee cardamom briskets, that I'm going to go ahead and throw on for 2 hours, and then I'll cube, toss with some Sweet Baby Ray's and some honey, and a little bit of chipotle powder, and then go ahead and put them back on. So anyway, we're going to go outside. I've got my videographer back. My son's here. His punishment for not getting me paper towels while I was rubbing the ribs is he's got a videotape for me. All right, see you outside. Hi, Larry R. We're back. I have the cooker warmed up. The cooker's been going for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Sean, if you want to come here and show the nice people the temperature gauge. It's pegged at, back up a little bit. There you go. It's pegged at 250, exactly where I want it. I'll go ahead and show you the vent position. Go ahead and show that. So you'll see it's just right there is the top vent position, and then show them the bottom vent position. That's what I'm doing for 250. So plenty heat soaked. I'm ready to go. So Sean's going to back up, and I'm going to go ahead and get things ready. Now, one of the things I like to use is from my old Weber days, I like to use a clay saucer on my low and slow cooks in the Komodo Kamado. I don't know why, I just do. Actually, you know what, I want to run a drill brush over that real quick. Yeah, I'm not really sure why, but in the WSM, it helps with stability. You don't need it in the Komodo Kamado. I just think it's I'm not really sure why I still do it. But so I guess I'm using it maybe as partly a deflector. All All right, so Sean, if you want to come up and take a look, this is the fire. You know, hasn't burned a lot, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to throw in a couple of pieces of smoke wood. This is cherry, just a couple small pieces. I'll put one right here, the bigger one, get it kind of going. I'll throw one right here, and we're good to go. All right, go ahead, and now I'm going to go ahead and get that clay saucer back in. And actually, I'm not going to use Sean, get up, please. I'm not going to use a deflector. This is a deflector that I use sometimes. It's just a pizza pan and some foil. I'm actually going to use a tinfoil pan to catch the drippings from the ribs. So go ahead and throw the grate back on. This is just a cheap rib rack that I bought. I think I bought it at Walmart. Actually, I'm going to slide that back just a little bit. There we go. Throw the rib rack in. Give everything a good shot of Pam. And now for the guests of honor. What I like to do with my ribs is I actually like to put the thinner ribs in the center and the fatter and the bigger ribs outside. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting, you know, the thinner ends in the middle, like that, like that. Make sure everything's kind of centered. I'm doing 3 racks today. One more thinner. Komodo Kamado actually has a rib rack that will fit, I believe, it's 9 racks of ribs. So then I'll put the thicker ends on the outside. And I like to, on the outsides, I like to put bone out. Protect that inside meat. Scoot those over a little bit. Now these were the much thicker pieces, so I'm going to go ahead and put those on the very outside, just like that. Just like that. And I'm not using any ET73s or anything today for monitoring. Don't need to. Just going to go with the Komodo Kamado dome, and that looks pretty centered. So I'm going to go ahead, and you'll see the smoke wood's going here, and that'll die down in just a minute. So go ahead and close this up, and grab my inaugural Miller Lite, and we'll come back in a couple hours and check on these babies. Thanks.